Every time you say "this always happens to me," you are not just describing your life. You may be training it. Every time you whisper, "no one chooses me, money never stays, I am always behind, I am not ready," it is too late. You are not only reacting to pain, you are handing your deeper mind a script and asking the next moment to organize around it. That is the part most people never see. The sentence feels private. The result looks external. And because the delay between the two is invisible, people keep calling the result fate. This is why the first 30 seconds matter. If your private language remains unchanged, your public reality keeps receiving the same instructions. You can visualize, you can meditate, you can make plans, you can repeat impressive affirmations. But if the sentence underneath all of it is still, "I lose what I want, I am never picked, I am not enough," then the old verdict keeps sitting on the throne. The outer world does not need your loudest words. It follows the words you actually accept. By the end of this video, you will know how to find the one sentence that has been quietly authoring your state, how to remove its authority without lying to yourself, and how to replace it with a statement your mind can actually receive. Not a fake affirmation, not a desperate chant, not positive thinking sprayed over fear. A spoken inner verdict that changes the place you move from. And I am going to give you the exact line early, because this video is not here to waste your attention. But do not make the mistake most people make. The sentence is not the whole method. The sentence is the blade. The old framework shows you how to hold it. If you speak the line from the old wound, it becomes noise. If you speak it from the accepted state, it becomes direction. Robert Collier's old framework points to a principle most people underestimate. Words do not become powerful because they are repeated. Words become powerful when they carry an accepted image, an accepted identity, and an accepted feeling of reality. When the word agrees with the inner state, it becomes more than sound, it becomes instruction. When the word fights the inner state, it becomes conflict. This is why two people can say the same phrase and get completely different results. One is declaring from the accepted state. The other is begging from the old wound. So here is the painful truth. Reality may not be obeying the words you want to believe. It may be obeying the words you actually accept when no one is watching, not the words on your vision board, not the words you say when you are trying to feel spiritual. The words underneath, the small verdicts you repeat when the message does not come, the sentence you speak inside when the number is low, the story you tell your body after rejection, delay, silence, pressure, or failure. That is the private script your life keeps hearing. If that already exposes something you have been doing, hit the like. It tells me this is reaching the people who are not failing because they lack desire. They are being directed by sentences they never examined. The first correction is to stop treating self-talk as harmless. Most people think their inner speech is just commentary. Something happens, and they narrate it. Someone ignores them, and they say, "Of course." A plan fails, and they say, "This is my life." Money leaves, and they say, "I knew it." They think they are describing reality. But in the deeper mind, description repeated with emotion can become instruction. The mind does not always separate observation from command. It hears the sentence attached to the state, and the state teaches it what to expect next. This is why one sentence can become a prison. Not because the sentence has mystical power by itself, but because you keep living from it. If the sentence is, "I am always behind," the body starts searching for evidence of lateness. You rush, you compare, you make decisions from pressure. You miss the options that require calm. Then reality appears to confirm the sentence. If the sentence is, "I am not chosen," the body reads silence as rejection, distance as danger, delay as proof. You begin to move like someone waiting to be abandoned, and then you call the result evidence. That is the loop most people never see. Inner sentence, body state, outer action, visible result. Then the result is used to repeat the sentence again. This is why reality seems to have no choice. It is not because the outside world is a machine that instantly obeys every phrase. It is because the accepted sentence becomes the state you move from, and the state you move from quietly organizes your attention, your reactions, your decisions, your timing, your courage, and your interpretation of events. The sentence becomes a self. The self becomes behavior. Behavior becomes pattern. Pattern becomes form. The second correction is to identify the sentence you actually live from. Not the sentence you want to post. Not the sentence you think sounds enlightened. The real one. You find it by watching what you say immediately after a trigger. When the money issue appears, what sentence rises first? When someone pulls away, What do you tell yourself before you have time to perform confidence? When the opportunity delays, what is the first private verdict? That first sentence matters because it usually reveals the identity that has been sitting behind your reactions. For some people, the sentence is, "I always lose what I want." For others, it is, "It never works for me." For others it is, "I have to fight for everything." For others it is, "People leave." For others it is, "I am too late." The sentence may sound small, but it carries an entire world. It contains memory, expectation, posture, and future behavior. You do not need to fix every thought. Find the root sentence, the one your mind returns to when pressure touches the old wound. That is the phrase reality has been hearing most clearly. Now do not shame yourself when you find it. Shame is only another command. The goal is not to attack the old sentence. The goal is to remove its authority. If you fight it with panic, you make it central again. If you pretend it is not there, it continues operating underground. You look at it calmly and say, "This was a learned instruction, not a law." This was a sentence built from evidence, fear, memory, and repetition. It is not the source of me. It is a pattern that can be dismissed and replaced. The third correction is this: do not replace a believable wound with an unbelievable performance. This is where most affirmations fail. A person whose hidden sentence is, "I am never chosen," tries to repeat, "Everyone adores me." But the body does not accept it. It feels theatrical. The deeper mind receives conflict, not truth. A person whose hidden sentence is, "Money never stays," repeats, "I am a millionaire." But underneath, the body is still in emergency. The word says wealth. The state says fear. And the deeper mind trusts the state more than the costume. So the replacement sentence must be accepted, not impressive. It must move you from the wound into authority, without forcing the visible world to instantly agree. This is why the sentence for this video is simple. I no longer speak from the old verdict. I move from the fulfilled state now. Say that slowly. I no longer speak from the old verdict. I move from the fulfilled state now. The first half breaks the agreement with the sentence that has been ruling you. The second half gives the mind a new source of movement. It does not pretend the outside has already changed. It changes the inner authority before the next action. That is what makes it usable. That is what makes it strong. But do not say it mechanically. The sentence is not the method by itself. The sentence is the seal. Before you say it, bring to mind the old verdict you have been living from. See it clearly for 1 second. This always happens to me. I am never chosen. Money never stays. I am behind. Then refuse to argue with it. Do not debate. Do not explain. Do not beg the mind to believe the opposite. Simply withdraw the crown. That sentence does not get to name you anymore. Then enter a small, completed inner scene. Not a fantasy movie. A small scene that implies the fulfilled state is normal. From there, say it once. I no longer speak from the old verdict. I move from the fulfilled state now. That is the doorway. Not endless repetition. Not emotional force. One clean statement spoken from a state you are willing to inhabit. If you say it while still worshiping the old evidence, it will be noise. If you say it after entering even a small fragment of the fulfilled state, it becomes direction. The words must have somewhere to land. Now the original source matters here. What I am giving you in this video is the usable correction, not the full foundation. Collier's old work goes deeper into why spoken words become effective only when they are joined to an accepted inner picture, how suggestion enters the deeper mind, and why some statements take root while others remain on the surface. I left the original framework in the description, free. Do not treat the sentence like a trick without learning the structure beneath it. The line can open the door, but the old framework shows why the door opens at all. Do not leave yet, because the next part is where most people accidentally cancel the new sentence 5 minutes after saying it. The fourth correction is to stop the old reality after declaring the new state. This is the hidden leak. Someone says the right sentence in the morning. For 30 seconds they feel clear. Then the day begins. They check the phone and say, nothing changed. They look at the number and say, I am still stuck. They see a delay and say, of course, this always happens. They do not realize they just returned the old verdict to the throne. The formal affirmation was new, but the casual speech remained old. You must listen to your small sentences, the mutters, the automatic conclusions, the jokes you make about yourself, the way you explain your life to other people, the little phrases after disappointment. Those are not small. They are the daily votes that decide which identity stays alive. If you say, I move from the fulfilled state now, but spend the day calling yourself unlucky, unwanted, broke, late, incapable, or cursed, The deeper mind receives the repeated confession, not the ceremonial statement. This does not mean you lie. If something is unpaid, handle it. If someone left, feel what must be felt. If something failed, learn from it. But stop turning a condition into a name. There is a difference between saying, "This bill is due," and saying, "I am always in trouble." There is a difference between saying, "This person is silent," and saying, "I am unwanted." There is a difference between saying, "This door closed," and saying, "Nothing works for me." The first is information. The second is instruction. The first can be handled. The second becomes identity. The fifth correction is to make your words match your next movement. This is the part that separates real command from spiritual theater. After you say the new sentence, the next ordinary action must agree with it. Not perfectly, not dramatically, just enough to prove that a different self is now leading. If the old verdict was, "I am behind," then one calm action from order matters more than 10 minutes of frantic affirmation. If the old verdict was, "I am not chosen," then one act of self-respect matters more than repeating, "I am loved," while chasing evidence from a wound. Reality watches your posture more than your poetry. Your deeper mind does the same. It asks, "Did you mean the sentence? Or did you only enjoy how it sounded?" The next movement answers, the next message, the next decision, the next refusal, the next hour, the next breath under pressure. This is where words become flesh. Not because the words force the world to obey instantly, but because the words change the person who entered the next moment. Picture this. A person says the new sentence in the morning and feels clear for 30 seconds. Then the phone stays silent. The old verdict rises instantly. "I am not chosen." In that moment, the video is not theoretical anymore. That is the test. The whole method lives in the 2 seconds before the old sentence becomes your identity again. If the person obeys the old verdict, nothing changed. If the person pauses, withdraws authority, and moves from dignity anyway, the new sentence has begun to become real. This is why the method must be practiced in ordinary moments. Not only with candles, music, and closed eyes. The real altar is the moment you are triggered and do not repeat the old law. The real proof is the message you do not send from panic. The decision you do not make from lack. The work you do without calling yourself late. The silence you survive without turning it into abandonment. That is where words become reality. Leave the word verdict below if you understand that the old sentence was not just a thought. It was a verdict you kept repeating. One word, verdict. I want to see how many people are ready to stop speaking from the old trial. The 6th correction is to speak from the end, not toward the end. This is subtle. When you speak toward the end, your sentence still contains distance. Please let this be true. I hope this works. Maybe if I say it enough, reality will change. That energy keeps the desired state outside of you. Speaking from the end is different. It does not mean shouting certainty. It means your inner posture has stopped traveling. The state is not a place you are begging to reach. It is the place from which you are speaking. This is why your words should become simpler as your authority grows. Weak authority needs many sentences. It tries to convince itself. Strong authority can speak one line and rest. I no longer speak from the old verdict. I move from the fulfilled state now. Then silence. Not because silence is empty, but because silence proves you are not begging. A person who has truly ended an inner argument does not keep pleading the case. They rise and move. Now apply it to money. The old verdict might be, "Money never stays with me." Do not fight that sentence all day. Catch it when it appears. Recognize it as an old verdict, not a prophecy. Enter the fulfilled state in a small way. Your body calm while handling numbers. Your decisions clean. Your breath steady. Your mind no longer in emergency. Then say, "I no longer speak from the old verdict. I move from the fulfilled state now." After that, take one financial action from order. Pay what can be paid. Track what must be tracked. Ask for what must be asked. Build what must be built. The sentence becomes real through the state that moves Dalit to love. The old verdict might be, "I am not chosen." When silence appears, the body will want to repeat the old law. Pause. Do not become the abandoned one automatically. Enter the fulfilled state. The quiet dignity of someone whose worth is not waiting inside another person's response. Then speak the sentence once. After that, act from that dignity. Do not chase to repair the wound. Do not perform to earn basic regard. Do not let absence rename you. The sentence becomes real when your next movement refuses the old identity, nalia to success. The old verdict might be, "I am always behind." That sentence creates pressure, and pressure creates scattered action. Pause. Enter the fulfilled state, quiet command, one clear task, the feeling of someone who does not need panic to be productive. Then speak the sentence. After that, do the next piece of work from the new posture, not the whole mountain, one aligned step. The deeper mind learns through these repeated agreements between word, state, and conduct. If this channel is showing you the original mechanics behind ideas that are usually explained vaguely, subscribe. Every few days, we go back to the older sources and pull out the part that was left behind. The seventh correction is to protect the first hour after the sentence. This is where the new state is most vulnerable. Many people speak a powerful line, then immediately return to the same inputs that built the old identity. They scroll through evidence. They reread old messages. They check numbers from panic. They tell someone the old story again. They let the world pull them back into the old language before the new state has had time to take root. If you want the sentence to become more than a mood, protect the first hour. That does not mean hiding from life. It means do not feed the old verdict immediately after dismissing it. If your old sentence is about rejection, do not spend the next hour stalking absence. If your old sentence is about lack, do not spend the next hour rehearsing emergency. If your old sentence is about failure, do not spend the next hour comparing yourself to people who trigger the old identity. Give the new sentence 1 hour of clean agreement. 1 hour where your speech, attention, and actions do not drag you back into the old verdict. This is the piece most people miss. They think the sentence did not work because nothing changed outside in 10 minutes. But the first change is not outside. The first change is that the old verdict did not get the same obedience. The trigger came, and you did not repeat the old law. The evidence appeared, and you did not let it name you. The pressure rose, and you moved from a different source. That is not small. That is the beginning of a new mold. Now practice the method. Sit still, let the face relax. Let the jaw loosen, let the shoulders drop. Bring up the old sentence. Not to suffer under it, to see it, name it silently. This is the old verdict. Then imagine handing it back. It does not get to author the next version of you. Now enter a small, fulfilled scene. You are not trying to see the whole future. You only need one fragment that implies the state is normal. A calm hand, a steady breath, a room where you belong, a number handled without fear, a message you do not need to worship. A task approached without panic, then say it once. I no longer speak from the old verdict. I move from the fulfilled state now. Stop there. Do not add 10 more affirmations. Do not ask if it worked. Do not check reality like a nervous judge. Let the sentence stand. Then take one action that agrees with it. That is the practice. Old verdict noticed. Authority withdrawn. Fulfilled state entered. Sentence spoken. Congruent movement taken. If you repeat anything, repeat the sequence, not the panic. There is one final warning. Do not use words to avoid truth. Use them to stop turning truth into identity. If you made a mistake, admit it without saying, I always ruin things. If you are hurting, feel it without saying, I am broken. If something is delayed, address it without saying, it never works for me. Mature speech does not deny facts. It refuses false identity. That is the line. Facts can be handled. False identity becomes a prison. And do not use this method to force another person to become the proof of your worth. If your sentence is secretly carrying desperation, the deeper mind receives desperation. If it is carrying revenge, it receives revenge. If it is carrying panic, it receives panic. The words are not separate from the state that speaks them. Clean the state first. Return to the fulfilled inner position. Speak from there. Then let your conduct prove the sentence has authority. That is what the title means. What you say to yourself, reality has no choice. Not because every word instantly changes the sky. Because the words you accept become the self you move from. The self you move from chooses, reacts, notices, avoids, approaches, creates, delays, receives, and refuses. That movement becomes pattern. Pattern becomes form. And one day, what began as a private sentence looks like outer reality. The original framework behind this goes deeper than one video can go. The older sequence, the way Collier treated accepted suggestion, and the connection between spoken word, inner image, and outer form are linked below. Free, start there after this, because a sentence without foundation becomes another phrase you repeat when you are afraid. The page below gives the deeper architecture behind what I could only give you in pieces here. But tonight, do the simple version. Find the old verdict. Withdraw its authority. Enter the fulfilled state. Say the line once. I no longer speak from the old verdict. I move from the fulfilled state now. Then protect the next hour. Let your words stop begging. Let them become command. And do not be surprised when the life outside begins to recognize the identity you stopped betraying inside.